Well, self-employment taxation of CRP rents has created some confusion over the past year. And while not all CRP rental payments are subject to the tax, an IRS publication has stated otherwise, leaving producers with a number of questions. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law joins us now with the latest in today's Rural Money segment. Good to have you with us, Roger. Let's start with an overview of CRP payments and how they work.
Well, the CRP basically pays a producer to not produce on the land. So the producer bids their property that has highly erodible land into the program, and USDA decides whether it meets the requirements for the program. And if it does, it'll pay them a rental amount for not producing crops on that ground. Of course, you have to plant a cover crop and maintain it during the length of the contract. But other than that, it's taken out of production.
So now can you give us a recap of the IRS publication and the statement regarding these payments?
Yeah, this is really frustrating. I was involved in litigation a number of years ago where we won a significant case in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit that said that CRP rents in the hands of a non-farmer are not subject to self-employment tax. They are rental payments, and rental payments are specifically excluded from the definition of earnings from a trade or business, so not subject to SE tax. But IRS, in their most recent version of the Farmer's Tax Guide on page 11 in Pub 225, says that all CRP payments are to be reported on Schedule F. That's not correct. Of course, if it goes on Schedule F, they get hit with self-employment tax. Now, IRS does point out correctly that if you are receiving Social Security or disability benefits, then it doesn't matter whether you're an active farmer or not. There's a statutory exception for those. Those are not subject to self-employment tax. You put them on the F, but then you back them out on Schedule SE. But if you're not receiving Social Security payments, and you're not an active farmer, you should not be paying self-employment tax on those CRP rents. And the IRS is wrong in their publication to state it otherwise.
So what's the big takeaway here?
Make sure that if you have CRP rental payments, that you have your tax preparer look at that closely, question whether those should actually be reported on Schedule F. Now, I'll tell you a secret here. IRS computers are trained to look for that on Schedule F. So there is a way to put it on the Schedule F and then back it out if you are correct in your situation that those should not be subject to self-employment tax. So talk to your tax practitioner about the proper way to report CRP rents.
Another complicated issue that you help us understand. That's Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. Appreciate your time today.